Right. Welcome everybody to Club 17 First Leaders Meeting. And I think this is going to be very exciting. I got people from India, people from Nigeria, people from Tanzania, and probably across the globe, to be honest. So since we attended and participated at the United Nations Civil Society Conference, we are building a team, and this team is called Club 17, a team that is aiming to bring young people and even the older generation, we call it the intergenerational group, together to take actions that will help towards the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. And as you all know, people who have been following, you now know that the Pact for the Future have been adopted at the the United Nations General Assembly. That was the 79th General Assembly, with four thematic areas ranging from the future generations to financing for development, for sustainable development, and so many other things. So with me, I got a team. So I will tell you my name a bit later, but it's much about the team that is over here, keen to tell us who they are, the SDGs they are passionate about, and what they are looking to do. So let me start with Alex. Alex, dive right in.
Yes, Peter, I'm here.
Yeah, tell us who you are, where you are tuning in from, your favorite SDGs, and the change you want to see in the world.
Okay, so I was actually writing it in the chat, but I'm glad I get to say it.
Yeah, go for it. Okay. Alex is still thinking. Can we jump to Tito? Tito, dive right in.
So my name is Alex Masanja, which is resonating with the change. Sorry?
Go for it. Keep going. Keep going.
Peter, you're saying?
Keep going.
Okay, so I'm saying my favorite SDG is SDG number 2, and the change I want to see is basically the reduction of food waste in our landfills to reduce the pollution that is caused by methane gas, but also the reduction of post-harvest loss, because we lose a lot of food from the point of harvest to storage. So I want to...
All right. So that is Alex. I think we were having a bit of a trouble there catching up, Alex. But Alex, thank you. Alex is representing team 2. That is SDG number 20, Hunger, and is tuning in from Tanzania. So can we get to Tito? Tito, dive right in.
Well, thank you, Peter, for this opportunity and for representing the Club 17 as a whole. So my name is Tito Mwenda. I'm representing Club 17 from Kenya, and I'm representing SDG number 3, which is very dear to my heart because I've actually attended a training by Michael Roizen, who is a founder of Cleveland Clinic. And actually, he taught us much more about good health and well-being and how it connects with the economy and how also it connects with our peers and our livelihoods. So I'm very passionate about this goal because it's just close to my heart, and I want to see a great change in the delivery of this goal. So for the first thing I'm very passionate about is reducing mortality rates, reducing also the spread of communicable diseases in Africa and non-communicable diseases in Africa too, and also the reduction of drug and substance abuse, and also the reduction of road accidents, and also the strengthening forces of medical fields, especially in the reduction of corruption in spreading of these medicines to the community, which hinder the access to healthcare. I think it's very important to actually look at what is happening in this goal keenly and with a good heart, so that to save the future generations in order to have a very strong economy. You just have to start from health. So I'm very passionate about this, and I'm really hopeful that we can also include sports in this goal, so that we can empower the young people from early childhood development until the intergenerational ages. So thank you, Peter, for this opportunity.
All right, that is Tito representing team 3. That is good health and well-being. Thank you so much, Tito. So we go to James. James, dive right in and tell us who you are, the SDG you represent, the change you want to see, and where you are tuning in. James, we are on you, so you can unmute if you like.
Yes, all right. Thank you once again. Yeah, so education for all, which is one of the SDGs. And when we focus on the SDG, that is education for all, when we also incorporate football, with the passion of learners and engaging the learners on the basics or the basic fundamentals of learning, as we also incorporate football, it can work out very nicely since we are creating this as a passion to the young kids or the young learners, ensure that they also have that passion while they're also having football. They're also learning on the sustainable development goals and how they can also be able to implement them on their own capabilities, rather. Yeah.
Right, there we have James Aningo from Kenya representing Team 4, that is quality education. So let's get to Team 5. Minette, over to you.
Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry. Please permit me to leave my camera off. I'm not actually home yet. So my name is Pongwe Minette. I am from Cameroon. I'm representing SDG 5. We all know it is gender equality. And my wish or my prayer is that by 2030, we are going to have gender inclusive policies. We are going to view everything from a gender lens, from our project development, project implementation, decision making in all sphere of life. We are going to include and empower women to be on all the decision making tables to actually achieve equality. And I also believe that through this platform, we are also going to bring and encourage other women to speak up and speak out, because I realize that women have a lot to offer, but they actually lack the platform or they lack spaces where they can freely contribute. So if you're here and you have a little sister, you have a mother, an auntie, a female friend, please always make sure that you include them in everything you do. Always try to encourage them to participate in development processes, because gender is not just about women, but we know there is actually a gender gap in the world, and Africa in particular, where men are dominating in most of these spaces. And we know spaces where there are women, we always have a lot of positive impact. So together, let's make this a reality. But I also believe that we cannot achieve the SDGs by 2030 if we don't work together, because we cannot achieve one of the SDG without the other. So together, I think the 17 teams are actually going to maybe help the UN achieve this development strategy by 2030. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Minette. Minette was a youth reporter at the UN Civil Society Conference held in Nairobi. So thank you, Minette, for all the work you've done. Vanessa, we are on you. Team 7, dive right in.
Yes, thank you so much. My name is Vanessa Ominde. I am currently tuning in from Kakamega in Kenya. And I am very passionate about SDG 7. Why? Because I have grown in a setup where I had to use kerosene, I had to use charcoal or even firewood in order to cook or to even use it to read. That's why I'm wearing my glasses. So I'd like children who are my age at that time, and even elderly people to have access to clean energy. So I'm looking to towards a future where not only policies, but also actions foster energy that is clean, affordable, sustainable, and modern to build resilient economies. Thank you so much.
Right. There we have Vanessa championing Team 7. Thank you, Vanessa, from tuning in all the way from Kakamega. It's a long way to be on here, to be honest. I know Labode is missing in action. So, Marina, dive right in.
Hello, I'm Marina Corneliu. I'm from Romania, and I am representing SDG 10, which is reducing inequalities. And a bit of myself and why I'm connected to this is that I'm an activist for people with disability, especially non-visible disabilities and mental disorder. And when we talk about inequalities, we have target groups, different target groups, but they usually are transgender in one another. Like poverty is usually meet in people with a disability because they are not integrated in the society, or kids that are coming from orphans or stuff like that are also. It's always a cycle, and we need to break this cycle. We need to give them opportunities. We need to give them validation, and we need to understand the values and the needs that they have, and provide them solution on that really speak for them. Because like we know, usually most of the policy making or all the action that are done usually are very complicated based on documents and laws and justice and so on, but are very hard to understand because are not explained in a simple way for each of us to understand and fully access them. So accessibility is not only about creating spaces that host everybody to come in, but also creating the information accessible for everybody to make use of it. And this is for me how we can reduce inequality, by giving them the information in the first place. Thank you.
There we go. Marina flying all the way from Romania, talking to us about SDG 10. So thank you, Marina, for tuning in. So let me bring Lisa. You want to dive right in, Lisa? I know you joined a little bit late, but dive right in.
Yes. So wonderful to meet you. Can you see and hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Great. All right. So my name is Lisa Russell. I'm an Emmy Award-winning filmmaker and the founder of Create 2030. And I'm really shifting. I've done a lot of work in gender equality. I've done a lot of work in climate change, but I'm really passionate about SDG number 9, about innovation and infrastructure, but primarily from the digital perspective. So I'm a big believer, you ask anybody, that I think we need more arts and storytelling, like authentic storytelling in the SDG promotion and awareness space. And because of that, we also need sort of digital innovation. I did a speech at the Summit of the Future for the SDG Digital track on the use of AI art to amplify sort of climate and sustainability advocacy and storytelling. So this is sort of my new angle. So don't ask me about roads and hospitals and like infrastructure in that sense, but digital infrastructure, creativity, digital inclusivity is sort of something that I'm kind of putting my energy behind. So wonderful to meet you. I see some familiar faces. Hi.
All right, there we have Lisa. If you've been following Lisa, Lisa have been on the art, AI, and doing all sorts of things on LinkedIn. So thank you, Lisa, for that. Let us go to SDG 8, all about it. Dive right in. We did cross you. Are you able to speak there? If not, let me go to Najma. Najma, dive right in.
Hi, Peter, and hi, everyone. Thank you so much for this meeting. I believe it's now the time to act, and henceforth we're going to have a brighter future. So I go by the Climate Action SDG 13, and I'm so passionate when it comes to climate activities so that we can have a greener future in the future. So I'm so passionate when it comes to reforestation and targeting mostly schools, primary schools and high schools, so that we can have a greener future and also enhance the awareness on climate effects. So I personally got affected with the floods that started this year in Kenya. And I sort of thought of why not start a project sort of that can be enabling to curb the effects of floods and the climate effect that we are having and you're facing as a world. And I was like, let me dive into climate action and do my best so that I can ensure that the future is not really affected with the changes that we're facing right now. So I'm so passionate and I'm looking forward to have a strong team, and we're going to work together to ensure that we save our future and have a brighter future, which is greener to the world.
Right, that is Najma representing Team 13. And if you want to like dive more deeper into what she stated about building the team, each team is building their team members from 10 so that the bigger discussions can start. I think I wanted to echo that, Najma, but I know you are planting trees somewhere with the scouts. So that is Najma doing her bit. And we need to protect the environment. So Nitya, Team 16, do you want to dive right in?
Yeah. So, okay. Hi, everybody. I know most of you guys here. And hi, Peter. So, first, how are you guys doing? I'm Nitalia, 13-year-old change maker who's all about pushing boundaries and making things happen. Right now, I'm working on SDG 16. That's all about peace, justice, and making sure institutions actually work for people, especially the youth. I have been involved shaping policy across more than 100 countries, and I'm focused on creating a world where young voices lead the way in decision making. What drives me is simple. I just want to see a future where justice isn't a word, but something everyone experiences, no matter who they are or where they came from. I'm talking about making institutions more transparent, holding leaders accountable, and creating real pathways for peace and equality. I have collaborated with organizations like UN Women, World Bank, ICASOC, not just to talk about change, but to actually make it happen. My work is focused on reforming system, ensuring justice is accessible, and empowering young people to step up and shape their own futures. My vision, a world where every young person have got a seat at the table, where institutions are fair, and where peace is just an idol, is our reality.
There we have Nitya representing Team 16. But let me just echo something over here. We are looking at the intergenerational collaboration where we have the young people, we have the children, we have the young people, we have the middle young people, and then we have the older people. Within this club or this coalition, we want to bring everybody on board. You hear voices like Nitya, how many of them are being left outside? Nobody listens to them, but look at that powerful voice, believing in what can be done when even young people are brought on the table. So you look at that, and then obviously you can see how inclusive we are, and we want to ensure young people. Nitya will disagree that on this one, because I know we spoke about it. We want to create our own tables and bring our own chairs, and then invite other people to join our table. So we are not going to go out asking for seats and tables. We want to create our own and just beyond there. So Peter Mwangi, and by the way, thank you, Nitya, for all the energy and the support you bring to the team. Peter Mwangi, do you want to dive right in?
Hi, everyone. I don't know can you see me?
I personally can see you, so yeah.
So hi, everyone. I'm Peter Mwangi. I'm from Kenya. I love SDG 17 really, really hard. Why? What drives me to that is working systems. I believe in a working system where no one is getting hurt and everyone is happy. I don't know if a perfect world can exist, but I know it will if we make it happen. We act on our future for Club 17.
All right, that is Peter Mwangi. Peter called me for 1 hour just this week to tell me his ideas. And then I was like, Peter, I don't want to listen to ideas. I want us to like build something that we can sell. So we were talking with Peter. We were saying, Peter, yes, systems looks really nice, but you need a team to bring that to fruition. So Peter told me he's working to build his team. and then we will be working on something. Olabode, before I make the presentation, you need to jump right in and talk to us if you are able to. If not, just let me know, and then I can dive right into presentation I have for today. Olabode, go for it. All right. Olabode did tell us he's in fellowship, so maybe he's in the middle of fellowships. That is him.
Oh, I'm here, Peter.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it then.
Awesome. Hi everyone. Nice to be part of you guys today. It's been an interesting time, as I shared earlier. From the planning stage, the 2024 United Civil Society Conference up until this time. So it's really been an interesting time. So what I do, as everyone has been sharing, I basically work within the policy sector. I work with a parliamentary niched organization called Other Paper. And what we do is you bridge the gap between people and the parliament. And, it makes sense, being the team lead for SDG 8, where we'll be addressing decent work and economic growth, using, all of these skills and, community to advance this, in our respective countries and, locations. So without flogging the idea too much, I think the working plan is in order with what we have in mind back in Nigeria. And, it's good to go with us. So yeah, that is from my end. Thank you, guys.
All right, there we go. Olabode again, another youth reporter that was with us at the UN. So you are meeting me for the first time, call me Peter. I just happen to be a member of this team and I enjoy being here, to be honest. So thank you all for taking time to be here today. So I will dive right in and make a quick presentation to paint a picture of how this Club 17 will look like. It is not a solid plan. It is open for discussion. It is open for ideas so that we can come up with something together. So we might overlap, say, by 10, 15 minutes. If we do overlap and you need to go, please do just jump off. And obviously, we will share the recording with you so that you don't miss anything. So let me find if you guys can see my slides over there. Are you able to see my presentation?
Yeah, perfect.
Right. Okay, cool. So coming to you, this is a journey that started at the UN Civil Society Conference. And the bigger thing that hooked me in was the Impact Coalition. The rest, just ignore it. And for me, it was the Impact Coalition, where it gave people opportunity to come up, build something, and then drive that change. And I know a lot of Impact Coalitions have been formed. Like maybe Lisa might be talking to us about how one, and many others are on there. But for this one, we are building something that will bring everybody together and support each other. And just to see if Marina is there, what is Marina doing and can we give her a hand? What is Tito doing and how can we support Tito? What is Vanessa doing and can we give her support? What is Najma doing that we need to give her support? And nearly everybody. So we are not competing, but we are collaborators because we want each of us to succeed. And just like the Pact for the Future have been adopted, and now we are aiming to achieve the SDGs by 2030. So the Club 17 here, we started by phase 1, where we were aiming to get the 17 leaders, where we did the dialogue series, and everybody who made it here probably have had a chance to be interviewed, or probably you've taken the Act Now challenge, and that's why you are here. So we started with the 17 members, and that phase was completed. So any person who helped us get there, at least they played their part. An idea is this is like a bus. Somebody can dive right in, and if you get to your destination, you are light and go. Now we are on phase 2, where each team is building their membership to 10 members. But at the end of it, we want each team to have 17 members. So if you multiply 17 by 17, you get 289 members. And that completes it as Club 17. So 17 leaders, each SDG made up of 17 members, gives you 289 members. That is point number 1. Then point number 2, we want each team to come up with an SDG project that can be implemented. Probably, let's say, if it is Team Kenya, Team Nigeria, Team Tanzania, you come up with something that you can duplicate in other countries. So any person working on SDG 1 can work with you to duplicate that in their country, and then it can go around the globe. But focusing on only 17 projects, each project aiming to achieve that one SDG goal. And then we want to start, for example, looking at local, then go national, and then go international, and help deliver the Pact for the Future that has just been adopted by the UN General Assembly, which some of us have been part of. And then this is not talk as usual. We want to get results on the ground. An example will be Najma, who is on climate action. If Najma is working on something, yes, she will work on a proposal, but what we are interested in, Najma went out, planted 100 trees, and how many did we get to survive? We planted 100 trees. After 3 months, we have 50 trees that have survived. And we can actually go in the field and count those trees. The idea of people telling us that they've empowered over 500,000 people, 2,000 people, well, if we can't see them and we can't verify that, then we are just making noise. So this is like an impact-driven initiative, and that is number 4. So you can make notes, and anything that is missing on the club objectives, you guys can add on, and then we can build on that, and then we will have our document that will help us out. So in terms of scaling up, we are aiming, for example, to start local. Like if you look at Kenya, we have constituencies, we have counties, then we have the national government, and then we scale that up. So an example will be, let's say Russell is in Kilifi or she's in Mombasa County. Then she builds her community in Mombasa or Kilifi County, works on art, brings that to the national level, meaning Lisa can coordinate all the local artists within Kenya from various communities and collate their work towards SDG 9. And then bring that to national level, and then go to African level, and then go to the United Nations General Assembly. So meaning everyone working on art within Kenya needs to know Lisa. Then Lisa can represent our voice at the national level, at the continental level, and then at the worldwide level. Look at the same as you bring Vanessa on board here. Vanessa is on SDG 7. So any person working on SDG 7 from that local or tiny community to the national level needs to know Vanessa. Tito is on SDG 3. Anybody doing anything to do on to deal with SDG 3, then you need to know Tito. So then Tito collects this and pile that up, and then brings it to national level and then international level. So that is just the breakdown of how like it will start building up from the local, go to national, then go to continental, and then go to the global stage. And that is the breakdown of what you guys are building. So you guys are building something that is really big, that none of us can achieve by ourselves. So this was what we had when we started. Wait, my slide seems to be moving really fast. But we hosted 17. That is a job done. So you got to clap for yourself for making that happen. And probably number 2 is like what we were supposed to do, but we will do it in a different way. We wanted to host the guest, talk about your initiatives, and get to where we are. Probably that's what we are doing today, but we will do it differently next time. And then all of you now know about the Act Now challenge, where now we are getting members to take the challenge. And this is a top secret for you. We would have gone the other CV way or the application way. But because you are looking for solid people who will help you make this happen, if somebody can find time to make that minutes video, I can confirm to you, these are committed people. And that's why we are not just asking people to go type and write things. We want to see their level of commitment. We want to see their body language when they make those videos, and we want to see their commitment. So for us, that is our submission. So once somebody does that, then you are sure that you are forming a really solid team. And that's why I was really keen to have you guys get people take the video. Yeah, we can give them an option to write. That does not vet them properly, because when they send a video, you can clearly see how creative they are, how confident they are, and how passionate they are on that SDG. So we are in that process of mobilizing members to get into our teams. And then once your team is solid, then you can now start coming together and thinking, guys, now what can we do as a team? Because it is not an individual effort. We want you to work together and come up with something that is inclusive. So you will hold meeting with your team, think something that is unique. It doesn't have to be your idea. It is a team idea, But you as a leader have to spearhead that so that what is coming up, it is inclusive, everybody's involved, and it can drive change towards that specific SDG. And that's why I did say you can only be in one SDG because it is complex, and being all over SDGs will not get us anywhere. We need to be really solid and narrow down to that SDG of our choice. And then once that is done and you guys have come up with an idea, then we will have a pitching session where we will be hosting, like, let's say now 3 SDG team leaders come and present their ideas, and people will review and then give you feedback, and then you refine that. So meaning any funding, you can apply for that. And then you can now have a proposal for your thing. And then as a team, we can as well support you. Probably we might even just say the top 3 ideas we can raise money and then come together. But in your plan, we will be keen to see how are you looking to generate resources and income to bring your idea to fruition that Club 17 members can support. Then I think each club, to use, for example, if we say Najma has been funded, or we've raised some small money to give Najma to facilitate her climate or treatment, how will she then use that fund and report back? Because we want results. We just don't want people to come and talk and things like that. At the end of the year, as a team, we will decide to host our annual UN Civil Society Organizational Act Now Awards, where the best team, I don't decide that, we vote the best team based on the results that we will have verified on the ground. So every year, we raise money, we raise resources and support our members. Each club member comes up with their strategies, raises resources, and does their thing. And then we have our own award that we recognize who have gone out and have delivered the highest impact. And obviously this you have seen that is helping us get the members into your team. It might not be really fast because we are keen on getting really good people. It might be very slow, but there is where we are aiming. So don't rush it. Just take your time, get the good people, and build your solid team. Once you hit your 10 members really solid, I'm telling you, even you will be smiling all the way because everybody will be like you on here, showing up on time, wanting to take part, like all of you. So it will be totally different once you get that team radiating energy and wanting to give a hand. If you look at this strategy really, really quick, obviously you guys will share this recording. It will be the leadership, we will set that up. I know members have submitted something that we will look at. But a rough idea will be, we will have 3 co-chairs. Peter cannot be a chair or a co-chair. I can only help support you guys. But I want to ensure that I support you deeply. So I cannot be a co-chair, but I can help coordinate and help ensure everything runs, mentor and coach everybody who wants to be part of that. So we'll have 3 co-chairs. One will be a young person. We will decide either might be between 13 to 17, and then 17 to 34, 35. So we will have like that 3, like the lower end, the middle end, and the upper end. So 3 co-chairs. So once that is set, we might have a secretary, a treasurer, and the other posts that you guys might say. And then we will decide what we do with those posts, meaning we will have a document outlining the roles and the duties for all the leadership. So we will decide that once each team is complete with your 10 members, or by the time you hit 17, we will have a convening and people can submit their requests either to be the chair, to co-chairs, to be the treasurer or secretary. I will build something along that line, and we can select one as a team. All of us, team leaders, we will decide who will be there. So to sum that up, if you are active now, you are engaging and all that, gives you a higher chance to be a co-chair or the treasurer or the secretary. We just don't want to come and nominate people. We want people to earn these things. Then each team, once you guys are done with your project presentation, we will have like a talk where like now you can go live. We want to be very transparent and open in our dealing. So people can't just say, oh, Peter and XYZ decided on who to take post. We can share with them the recording and they can see it for themselves. All team leaders to discuss opportunities. We want you to be very creative. We just don't want to go out there and ask people to give us money and resources. Tell us what you are doing to get those resources. And then we can support that. We are not going for handouts. We are going to get things done, and we are going to bring our expertise to support our members. So if somebody is good in graphic design, if that was going to cost us money, we dive right in and give you a hand. And then obviously we cannot support all the 17 SDGs, but we can support, depending on the funds and the resources we have, we can always select the top 3, support that, and then every single year we just select top 3 and support that. Our biggest platform is social media, the LinkedIn, the Facebook, the Twitter. I think that is our playing ground. And that is what we can use, using the hashtags there and mobilizing our friends online. And that is the biggest tool we have that we can use to get us going forward. Then leadership selection criteria. This is interesting. Everybody's watching, and it is not Peter and whoever making decision. It is your action and what you bring on table that will get you to the leadership position. Be it on the club leadership membership, be it at the national, local, and then international level. Because when opportunities come, we want to support our active leaders to represent us at these UN conferences where these key decision engagements are going on and where key discussions are being made. So we want to nominate our top performers to these places to represent our agenda. So people need to know Club 17. And individuals associated to civil society organization, I know in a way you belong or you are affiliated to any organization, so that's why you made it here. So no doubt on that. You want to have proven track record of what you guys are doing. So when we recommend you for these opportunities, you have a solid paperwork and a background to support your applications. And then the social media presence, being on Facebook and LinkedIn, really key in terms of building what we are going to do. And then, looking at number 5, obviously you might have taken part in this UN Civil Society conference, either online or offline. That's why you are here. As I come to the end of my presentation, this was the calendar we developed in the last presentation. And we are running late, I think, but no pressure, no pressure. We will get there. So if you look at this calendar, we were to be somewhere here, club project development. So we are in September, October, but we are running late, but still no problem. So what we are working on will be completing our members. So once we hit 10 members, meaning once you get your members 10, as you look for the 7 more, you can now start coming up with an idea that can help you build forward. So with that, I will pause here. And then before I get on to that, I will now open it for engagement. Really long speech there. Sometimes I don't like this long speech. There we go, my friends. So let me open the floor for another few minutes. So let's do another 5 minutes over there. Share your thoughts, ideas. I will ensure I capture them. And then we can get to our call to action, and then people can swing into their little corners and please dive right in. Anybody raise a hand or just unmute and talk?
I have a question. It's Lisa.
Go for it. Yeah.
So I oftentimes feel like some of these campaigns that come out of the UN are really too like UN jargony-ish.
Yeah.
Like hold up a sign with the hashtag or whatever. And I feel like to engage more artists and creatives, we need to have a little bit of leeway to play and be creative. And is it okay if we don't sort of follow the kind of script of like act now or something like that, but maybe, you know, innovate now or something that's like close enough, but like a little bit pushing it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like I've never done those signs, holding up a sign with a hashtag. It's just not my thing. And I don't know, I would rather teach advocates how to make AI art that still, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to know, like, do we have some flexibility and freedom to kind of do our own thing?
Okay, Lisa, quick question, quick answer for you will be, each team, you will have the freedom to have your own hashtag. So that you have to be very flexible as long as, like, let's say you just add like let's say the alignment of Act Now, our common future, those refers to like the main hashtag. But as a team, you can come up, once you come up with your proposal, it will be like, our hashtag will be this, innovate now. And every person who makes a post can go with innovate now, because if I want to go and look at Team 9 and I just go find hashtag innovate now, I know that is Team 9. So the flexibility is there. Once you discuss with your team, that's okay. So let me go to Najma and then Eva, I come to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe Peter, a question, rather a suggestion.
Yeah.
I know the challenge needs around 10 people, but don't you think we are sort of behind time? And if maybe an SDG has already maybe achieved 3/4 of the members, can't they just proceed with the project, and then that can be a way of captivating other individuals to take up the challenge? Because right now, if I tell someone that would you kindly do this challenge, tell me your interest in each SDGs you want to do, and then I tell them to take up the challenge, most of them don't see the impact of doing that. So I feel like once we start the projects and then they see that truly there's something that we're doing underground, I think that will motivate most of the people to join in. So I just wanted to suggest maybe we can start with the groups we have. We have meetings, we have suggestions or other discussions on the best projects you can go forth with. And then after that, maybe we can now be posting or rather sharing the projects we have. And then we share it on LinkedIn or any other social media account. And then we bring in the Act Now challenge and tell them if you're really interested in this specific project, you are then required to do a certain challenge for you to be qualified to join the project. I feel like that can be the route we can talk right now.
Okay, Najma, quick answer for you. Once you hit 10, you can start the project discussion. So that's a right answer for you. Dive right in. If you have 10, get the conversation started. Okay, I see, who else? I see a hand up, and then I also see some question on the chat. So who else is diving in? Tito, I see. You want to dive right in and explain a bit more on your question on the chat? Unmute if you like.
Yes, Peter, thank you for this position. I have a meeting now starting for another book club, which is being conducted by Eres from Mexico. So my question is, if my organization is currently not registered and I want it to hit the ground because I've finished my exam right now, and I have really good creative individuals which I want to nurture and grow together with them as continuing integrating my ideas with them. So I was asking if you could authorize with the Club 17 when I hit 10 members so that I will be able to just now hit the ground, which I'll be able to work on my 3 remaining individuals so that we can start the ball rolling. Is there a problem, first of all, if going on the ground without an organization that is registered? And the second, it could authorize now our, community-based organization so that we can now hit the ground confidently, which will be a very great idea. Yes.
Okay. So a quick answer to you is, once you get 10, get into the planning mode, and I will speak to you separately on that one, on how we want to build on that going forward. So don't be worried. People come up with ideas and they're like, well, we are still on the pilot stage. So we are still just testing things before we register and getting on. So keep working on what you're working on. I will give you a ring and then we can talk more. Now, let me bring Eva. Eva, I know you tuned in late. So maybe you start with telling us who you are, where you are tuning in from, the SDG you represent, the change you want to see, and then you dive right into your question, I think. Dive right in, Eva.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Is it good evening, good morning in some countries? Okay. I'm ready, but I think God, I managed to join the meeting. I just wanted to have a summary of what was going on before I joined the meeting, and I think we have reached at a good point that we have to proceed. With the as we have been waiting for the feedback from the Summit of the Future, and so that is what I want to share.
All right. So Eva, we are not going to tell you exactly what have been going on because it has been really long, but we will share with you the recording so you can catch the recording and then follow up on what we've stated. But we've reviewed what exactly the Club 17 looks to do and what we aim to achieve. In terms of the leadership, we will set that up depending on once the team members have hit the 10 members in their clubs, and then we will set the co-leadership. We'll have the 3 co-chairs, we'll have the treasurer, we will have the secretary, and few other positions that members will decide. And that's how far I can summarize what have been going on. Is that helpful?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good. So anyone else with anything?
Peter.
Yeah.
I hope I dive right in because I'll be leaving soon, but I wanted to say that this is a great initiative, especially because it's an African context. You get to tell the world from an African perspective.
Yes. All right.
So
Good one.
my main, can you hear me?
Yes, go for it.
Yeah. So my main point of saying or statement is that let's promote this. Let's have an official logo for Club 17.
We lost you, Alex. And I keep on. We lost Alex. Is that correct?
Yes, we lost him.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear him as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I think what he's trying to say, if I may build on it,
Yeah.
is that let's try to promote Club 17. He quickly mentioned having a logo, and I think perhaps his line of thought is going towards making it known to the UN wherever the authorities are, that the youth reporters have been doing XYZ, are doing XYZ, and are hoping to achieve XYZ. So I think that makes sense because it will make us more formidable, more sophisticated, and more how I put it now, open to a sort of soft landing whenever we need support to gear on and to achieve all of our aim. So I think Alex is actually trying to build towards formation and formalization of the club. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
I'm correct.
Yes. Yeah. Good. I've seen he's also added something on the comment. So yeah, you guys are very right. You guys are very right. So we will get to that. Again, I will come back and say, once we hit our 10 members, all the leaders again, we will come and convene, and then we will have a solid plan. I know maybe some of us are good artists here, can design logos for us. So yeah, good idea. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes over there. So Mazia, do you want to dive right in and tell us where you are tuning in from so we are not leaving you behind? I know you are joining from somewhere. I know Nitya, you are Nitya's friend. So dive right in.
Thank you. I'm from Eswatini,
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you so much about this initiative. So what I wanted to know is that can we rope in people who have interest in implementing on the SDGs, even if they don't have their own organizations that they're running? Is it possible?
Yes, very much possible. So they just need to take the Act Now challenge, and then they are sorted. So step one, just get them to take Act Now challenge, and then they will be smiling joining the team. And they don't have to belong to organizations. We will set them up properly. It is like just getting people out there to join in.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Marina, I know you've been taking notes. Tell us what you've been writing,
I have a lot of suggestions, and I think I'm going to send. So
give me your top three. Give me your top three.
Yeah, we need. I know you said that we don't want bureaucracy and stuff, but we need structure, and I feel like this is the main thing that we should do. Especially that the aims that we have are really high, like to be a representative for an initiative of both national, even local, national, international. You need a brand, like they mentioned before, but also you need some structure, like for example official emails, a drive, and all this stuff where we can put stuff together and everything compact together. And I have some platform I can also suggest, which are free and everything that we can use, and I will do a sum up of everything on an email. I will send you the email, or and maybe we in a future meeting we will discuss. I will discuss more largely about this. And another thing, this is the, let's say, first priority I think we have. And yeah, that's it for now.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that email and then the detailed one.
Don't get scared. Don't get scared if it's too long.
I will be running away. Vanessa,
Yeah.
you have something? You have something, and then Minetta will come to you, and just anybody. having something to share. Vanessa, you got something, and then Nitya, you two, you can dive right in.
No, I don't have anything to share. Thank you, Peter.
Okay, cool. Nitya, you got some thoughts from the young people perspective, or the people down there as well?
Okay, so yeah, so as you mentioned that we will be on Facebook and we will be on LinkedIn. That would be our most target. But I feel that we should also get on Instagram because that's a place where most of the young people are
Okay.
when it comes to young person perspective. And
But
at the
don't do
other
TikTok, please. Don't TikTok, please. Don't. Just don't. Please. I tried. It's not a no. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay, one
Nitya
more.
is Instagram, the IG.
So I gotta
Right.
fight against that. We have to do TikTok. I will teach you. I will
Okay.
teach you.
All right. Okay.
Not doing TikTok is like you're missing out. Not only that, but the content that is on there is not like Instagram or Facebook. It's actually, if you find the right people, it's very, very educational.
I would love
It's
to be.
good.
I love to be
I will
educated
teach you.
on
We will do a
TikTok, to be
workshop. I will
honest.
teach you. I will teach you.
The problem I've got with TikTok is that it's banned in India.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Many
And maybe
countries,
US
many
soon too.
countries right now banned TikTok already. There are there are very many censorship by countries, which sometimes can affect, like for instance, stuff like this, which are considered political, are also kind of censored by some countries or by the algorithm and so on. So it's a bit more problematic. This is not only in TikTok, but it depends on each country. So when we are using, for example, in the future, but this is, I think, is need a separate meeting and everything. We
So
need to be careful of everything.
Let me jump right on there. So let me conclude
let me
that by
just say
saying
one more thing. Let me just say one
Go for it,
more
Lisa.
thing. I'm sorry, because I'm about free expression and creativity. TikTok, US is trying to ban TikTok because people are speaking up for Gaza.
Yeah.
That is why they're trying to ban TikTok. So if we're not going to only use TikTok, I would suggest maybe we do like a training on social media. You pick your platform. But once I started talking about Gaza, my numbers went up a lot, and I met a lot of really passionate people that I'm like, I know that that's why the US is trying to shut down TikTok. But let's not get into politics.
No, I like that. So again, Lisa, Marina, Nitya, again, your team, we can say Club 17 is overall. We can say, look, Lisa, with art, your team wants to go TikTok way. Well, drive that there. Again, we will be very flexible and easy, depending on how you influence your team to use the various platforms to channel your message. We will be very open to it. Like people coming, like your team. We will have even your own leadership. So we will have like a main online outreach strategy, but then like various teams will have their own online outreach strategy. So there we go. So we will be very open to that. Marina, you are raising your hand up. I will come to you shortly.
I want shortly to add something.
Go for it. Go for it.
Like, I would like the idea to make like a social media team outside of the individual team that we have.
Yeah.
Because like this was already mentioned. We need branding, we need everything. We have Lisa. I also kind of call myself an influencer, whatever.
Yeah.
Joke on me. And so on. I think it's important to have this or to show the team that we are not separate. We are all together in this. We are moving this forward to make this brand personal branding, to attract more people, to attract more ideas, to attract support as well, because we will need support also at some point. So I suggest, beside the general secretary and all those important titles and hierarchy and so on, to also have separately some people who are really committed to the social media and the communication and everything like that, because again, we need a bit of structure, and this is part of the structure.
There. Now we know who to engage when it comes to structures and branding and stuff. I will get good use of you, Marina. So well done and welcome to the team. I think we are running out of time. I think this conversation we need like 2 hours, but I know we can just do the remaining 3 minutes, and then we can call it a day with our call to action, and then we can dive right in, and we will have all the teams. And I'm just excited. Minette, I know we've been doing a lot of things with you. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm really impressed with what everybody's saying and what everybody's doing. But I also just want to say that, young people and children have been defined as advocates. So I want us to shift a bit from just being advocates and focus more on evidence-based activities, like focusing more on practicalities, practicalizing what we are saying, and not just using social media to advocate, to talk, to share flyers or go live. I want us to actually like work on the structure, get a logo, write down our different plan of actions, and then make sure that we implement at least maybe one project in 3 months, or maybe each SDG should just draft a project or develop a project, a practical project to execute, and we now cover the activities and post online and use it as our advocacy tool. Because if we just focus on using social media to talk, we'll end up just talking without taking any action. So I want us to focus more on the practicality aspect of it, like executing practical projects, because we have a lot of similarities in Africa and India as well, a lot of similarities when it comes to maybe climate actions, the gender gap, or peace issues, conflicts, and the rest. So if we can maybe just develop projects that cut across all the different countries and execute one project per SDG, it will go a long way, not just to maybe achieve the SDG, but it's also going to give us a lot of visibility, and a lot of stakeholders will come in. So that's my advice. Let's be more action oriented. Thank you.
Minette is telling us we need to dive on the ground and do stuff. So thank you, Minette. We get you fully. We are fully on board. Thank you. Olabode, you dive right in, and then, dive right in.
All right. Thank you, Peter. 2 things. Thank you, Minette. So it's a little bit raining here. I hope you guys can hear me though.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a very brilliant chip in there, Minette. I think that when we move from the angle of advocates, I'm an advocate for XYZ, I'm an advocate for that, it's going to help us to be more pragmatic in our approach. I know Lisa was saying earlier that we should have an option to be able to be flexible in terms of the challenge. When she was making reference to that, she quickly said for her she could maybe teach art and stuff like that. So there's certainly going to be exceptions for talents like us, advocates like us, because whether or not we're still advocating for a change, and together I think is still what it means. So, but I'm coming from this angle of how do we handle issues of let's say logistics, issues of because we need to be clear in terms of the kind of activities we're doing and the level of engagement and involvement. So while I was recruiting members, a lady Weda from Kenya actually, so she asked me, "What's the plan?" I told her that's going to come up after the team is complete. And she's like, "Is it voluntary? Is it something resources personally?" And I try to bring a perspective to the angle of there can always be an opportunity to partner with stakeholders locally and internationally. So let's say locally is achievable and not achievable at the same time. I would like to put it before us. So what are the plans that you guys think we can come up to kind of support change leaders that might need let's say logistic fairs to do XYZ, to get a letter to a particular office, to print a letter, not just incurring the financial burden on themselves. Yeah, so I think I would like to also put that before us, and let's see how we can get that, rolling. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay. Olabode, a quick one for you is, as you recruit members, you obviously now that we've heard how it looks like, you know how you can summarize that. But then the big idea is, it is not casted on stone. We are making this, we are building up as we move along. And we want to get them and build together with them. And that is our reference. It is not solid. Come help us build. And once we build it together, everybody will own it. When they come about money and resources, just say we haven't gotten there yet. We are still building it up. And when you come and you bring those ideas, yes, we can get more resources. Even people can get paid, depending on the impact we are delivering. They're like funding and grants out there that are open to people. So you bring them on board, tell them we are building up, and we need their ideas. Marina, I've seen your hand up a long time.
Yeah, real quick. I agree with both Minette and Ola Bode. I'm sorry. I need to adjust myself to new names.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. And regarding the Minette observation, what I was meaning by focus on social media is not that our main focus will be, let's say, reach 100K on Instagram or whatever. The point is that as you yourself probably find out about this opportunity through online, other people also can find. So it's a way of raising awareness and visibility to the project that we are doing on the ground. So this is my perspective. This is how I use my platform. This is how I feel like we should use this platform more. It's not just to look cool on Instagram or on social media, is to inform people that there are things going on and this is what we are doing. So they can also support us, engaging them through information, engaging them through how they can also act, how they can also join us, how they can be part of the change, because many people are literally silent by government or communities or whatever, feeling that they cannot do anything. We give them the opportunity to see that things are going on and they can also be part of this somehow.
Yeah,
thank
you. Good one. So social media is our big tool. So I see Marina is an influencer. Nitya does a lot of things. Lisa is also online, LinkedIn, really, really solid. I think we are building like something that is really solid. Lisa, I see you come on.
Can I just add something to that, because I'm like shifting into doing my whole new Arts Envoy thing.
Yeah.
And the thing that I'm learning about social media is that it shouldn't just be a place where you're like, look at all the great work I'm doing and my friends should like see what I'm doing. You either have to provide education or entertainment or something of value. You know what I'm saying? So I think instead of just talking about what we're doing, we should be using it as a way to train people. Like that's what I did with my whole Arts for the Future Festival. I couldn't pay anybody because we don't have funding. But what I can do is I can give you capacity building workshops to teach you how to be a curator, to teach you how to look for funding, to teach you how to write a press release. So I think we would be better off building our community by not thinking about just telling people what we're doing, but by, empowering them to be able to make a career, jump into this or to do their own project locally. And we teach them how to do that. But I think even like pay attention to your own social media habits. Do you follow people because you're like, oh, cool, Lisa spoke at the UN? No, it would be better if I'm like, listen, I'll teach you how to make AI art. Like, I think that's more valuable than only talking about what I've done. So I'm learning a lot. I'm happy to like work with those of you who are big on social media or like focused and committed. And we should teach our other members because it's a whole different like strategy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. So just to add on what Lisa and everybody have been saying, so look, we got loads of expertise. Now, our big idea will be to bring people around us. For example, if you are on SDG 1, we want to mobilize everybody working on SDG 1 to join the coalition. Everybody working on SDG to work on coalition. So meaning together, we will be building content. We want to be trained on online stuff. We have Lisa jump on and give them a hand. in terms of like resource mobilization. We have like a training for that. So people that will be joining us, we have this training level going on and we are supporting them to do that. So let me dive right into the final part of this presentation, which I know you guys might be interested in. But again, thank you everybody for all those insights. I see energy in the house. And I've just gained more energy. So I was aiming to go and sleep after this call, but now I don't want to go and sleep because you guys have reignited me. So call to action. Grow the team to 10 members, 10 to 17. So step one, if your membership is still 0 or 5, get that team membership to 10. And then develop a team project for your SDG. And as you develop that, we bring now Najma's idea on board. As you develop that, you recruit more members. And then you will be preparing like a pitch, an example. We will tell you how to do. So once you get your 10, I'm happy to jump on a call with anyone who is struggling and giving tips on that. How you want to start. Once you start thinking about a project, I will send you a document. You have a read. So you can just come up with a one-page document. It is called the Lean Model Canvas or the Business Model Canvas. And we can do that training later. I don't know if you know that. We can have a run through that as well. And then we will condense that to say, when you come in your team, you have a 5-minute pitch deck of how your project will deliver results to the community. And we will combine all those 17 into one video. Vanessa, you are good with videos. I'm sure you will connect all those videos for us and you will smile doing that. And 3 leaders to be hosted every single time live. We can do YouTube live, Facebook live to just share your ideas, and then we can share it to the outside world. And then as a team, we will vote the top 3 projects, just like Minetta have said, and then we just do those as a pilot and see how we get on with that. And then now come 2025, or like when we come to 2025 or 2026, now we've tested, we've piloted, and now we have a bigger vision on how things to do. How many are in agreement with point number 1, 2, and 3? The rest we will deal with later. So I can hear your thoughts on those ones, and then we can wind it up. But that's purely the presentation for today. So again, I come back and our call to action, ignore everything. If you are to remember just one thing, if you go to this home, like leave this call and go home, I want you to go to your respective group and see how many people are there. And then think of, as a member of this team, Niti, I know we are in team 16, we are lagging behind and we are not doing anything. So how are we going to work together to grow that team to 10? And once our team hits 10, meaning that is a milestone achieved, then we can now start thinking, because we want to influence people with action. Look, we started with team 17, we interviewed 17 members. Like today's call, I only have a leader for team 6, 11, and 12 that are not here. And 1, Judy also is not there. So meaning, Marina, you take on that leadership straight away, like an action individual. So no argument about that one. Marina, you take team 10. So you are on, big time. Nitya, you take team 16, leadership straight. Mohammed never communicated, he did not turn up. Until he communicates, you jump right on there, focus on team 16. The rest, Vanessa, Olabode, Lisa, you guys are now on. We will need to replace 11 and 12, and we are not going to smile, apologize about it. It's like real work, my friends. You can't deliver, off you go. And if you come back and find the bus somewhere, you will find us and we will welcome you politely and you can pick. So for now, let us ignore 15, 12, and 11, and 6, and even 1. Unless they show up, watch the video, and they grow their team, then we know they are with us. We want to work with people who are with us so that by the time we come to present our report, I know we had the co-chairs and the department leading all this. I do a few works with them, the Department of Global Communication. They're working to ensure that the coalitions work. And when we turn up and show results, they are more likely to buy in. So from me, I have to say thank you all for listening. Marina, welcome. I know Thuli, you are with Marina. You are in the same team. So 2 of you are in the same team. So you guys, can decide lead that together with Nitya in team 16 or about the team 8. Minette, did I just forget your name, which is wrong? So Minette, you are jumping on to SDG 5. So everybody in this house is a leader, and now let us grow our membership. So with that, I have to say thank you, and I can stop recording, and other people can catch the recording later and see it for what it is, and we will be open, transparent, and honest in all our dealings. So thank you all for listening, and I hope we connect with more people on board.